I usually don't handle horror games well. I'm not the type of person to play horror games for the thrill of it. I like to cozy up and play a quick game of Shrek Racing. But I decided that for the Halloween season, I would man up by playing a horror game next to my girlfriend while knowing the entire plot and while playing one of the least horror games of all horror games, Until Dawn. Now, my history with Until Dawn is one of longing and viewing from afar, like that one kid in Harry Potter talking about that broom. But my brother played this game when it came out and pretty much fell in love with it. He was always talking about how much he liked the game and playing it a lot. And for proof, I even have the game itself, which I don't know why you'd need proof, but I wanted an excuse to show you the case. So, thank you. I then watched tons of playthroughs of this game from various YouTubers, so I pretty much knew the entire plot right up the get-go. Nevertheless, I went into this game having never played it myself, and I made sure that I was going to make so many mistakes, let me tell you.
We have visual. The main structure is completely destroyed. Over. Hold on. I'm seeing something. It looks like there are survivors. Let's pick them up.
The main story of Until Dawn involves a ton of different plot lines that really don't need to be there. Now, I'm going to be going into some spoilers on the game as I'm going to be going over the story, so if you're going to play the game yourself, I would use the chapters that I've kindly put in the video to skip forward. But the cost of using those skips is 1 like, so it's your decision. The plot of Until Dawn has a prank that makes 2 of the sisters seen falling down a cliff, due to a man with a flamethrower. A year later, the brother of the 2 sisters, Josh, who I suggest you get used to, throw another party just like the one they had a year ago. But this time, Josh has a little surprise. Josh has gone a little crazy and set up a prank that will scare all of them a little too much. And that's pretty much what this entire party is for. At the same time, this is all happening, the man that I mentioned earlier that killed those 2 sisters, well, he is actually a guy that lives on the mountain and is hunting these creatures. It's his mountain and we're all just invaders. But I'm assuming this guy hasn't heard of My Casa Su Casa, because this would all be fixed if he did. Either way, the creatures that this guy is killing are called Wendigo and are plaguing the mountain. Wendigo are created when someone resorts to cannibalism on the mountain. They slowly become crazy and become a hideous monster that uses motion to be able to sense prey. You see, years earlier, 10 miners died in the mountain and some became Wendigos. They did some experimenting on them, the whole mountain became this weird testing zone, and then some jackass, which is Josh's father, came in and made a lodge, or a hotel, or like a resort here, without any research or even checking the weird ass dungeons that are everywhere. Anyways, you play through the game and go through story twists and turns and try to survive everything. In the end, you manage to, or not to, survive Until Dawn and get out. And that's the main plot of the game. I don't want to spoil too much, so I'm not going to talk about the specific choices that I made in the game, or the exact events that happened, but overall the game is pretty open depending on what you choose. I didn't do too well, and so I killed most of them, and for some reason all the men died, which I didn't mean to do, but that's pretty woke of me apparently.
What did you see?
I don't know.
I feel like the plot of the game got kind of lost in the many plot twists and mysteries of the game. I would have enjoyed the game a lot more if it was just the Wendigos, and that's something that our Pixlr games do a lot better of. I don't want to hear about this killer or Josh and what he does. I'm here for the weird creatures. No, not that one. These guys. But also I just want to say that I've watched the game be played multiple times, so I didn't really get the best experience overall with it. The characters are really good though and properly written. Some are more annoying than others, and some you'll regret blowing up in the mansion in the last second because you made this simple misinput and got him killed. Josh is okay. He's kind of a weird villain at first, but also kind of bland. The other 2 was just boring and didn't offer much, but the creatures were the star of the show. These guys are really awesome and showcase some really fun moments in the game. But they only show up near the end of the game, and that really sucks. Overall, the game was okay. We played this for about 1 to 2 hours every night after work, and I remember not really being fulfilled after each session, so we would go to bed and just be waiting for the next night to find out what the plot was, only to be met with more random stuff. So it kind of sucked as an overall experience. Let's go over the gameplay now and see how this game became extremely inventive and crafted a whole new genre of game that they then capitalized on.
Is this what you want?
No! No! Why are you doing this?
On the gameplay side of the game, it's pretty weak. It's a storytelling game, so the gameplay that I'm talking about is you walking around and hitting quick time events. The problem is that the game just throws these at you. I was laying down and playing, but I just couldn't relax. Now the game has to just randomly quick time you without warning, so you can't just play the game. Now I get that this is a horror game, but honestly it's so boring of a gameplay loop that how could I not just lay down? The game was so boring I went to bed while playing the game. It's just not entertaining enough in my opinion. The story is too broad and the gameplay just doesn't hook you the way you want it to. As for the quick time events, I would have just had the little indicator there, either being a little noise or something, or like a little butterfly or some shit, because I wanted to be like a normal person and not a complete weirdo in order to play my video game. Other aspects of the game are the butterfly effect, which means that one decision could lead to another decision down the road. I got one of these because where I shot the girl instead of myself, and then she left me outside to die, which is honestly so messed up, because like where does this girl get off? Anyways though, this is a pretty cool feature, and there are totems to help you make these decisions, but honestly the choices are just not good anyways. Like the thing is, I don't know which each decision is gonna be, so how am I gonna predict that shooting her wouldn't work and would later get me dead? I don't understand this point of the game. I understand that it's a point of the game, so you don't know, but this kind of system works better for like longer games, where the decisions might lead to something worse, but can be fixed. Like why does one decision that has nothing to do with the other lead to a random death? Like trying to save Emily twice leads to my death. I get it for gameplay reasons, but it just kind of makes the game unsatisfying. The decisions to go faster don't really do anything either, and the quick times are just kind of boring. The evidence you find around the game is unhelpful and hard to read, and honestly, I didn't have the best time playing the game. I was more invested in the story than the gameplay, and I think that's evident by the fact that I watched this game so many times without playing it. Until Dawn is a game that I think a lot of people would like to play and do like, but personally it's really not my cup of tea. Yes, the story was interesting, but I also think that the gameplay made the game pretty boring and bad. I'm hoping they'll make a second one, and we did get the revamped one, but honestly I'm not going to play that, so it was just okay. I'm going to rate Until Dawn a B tier, which is just right around the middle because it just wasn't that good. Story's good enough, holds up on its own, gameplay just didn't do it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.